time to do it at least before things start to unravel at the seams. But for now, back into the action. Smooya posted up in the connector with AWP. Good line of sight. No one's really there to test him, though. Estag getting some good spray damage in. Bring Smooya down to 44. Plenty of time.
This is what you're going to see majority of the time on overpass. Just slower rounds, right? There's so many things that the CTs can do in terms of early round aggression. Like we already saw some of those plays from Cloud9, and this is what you need to cover your bases if you're on the T side, and you know, just based off of map control, make a mid-round decision, make a mid-round call. I see Cloud9 still going for that 3A setup. Basically, they've had a couple of good rounds on B, shutting Movistar down, and they're gambling they're going to try and go away, which seems to be the case.
Yeah, Alex really wasn't left a whole lot of room there to run. He actually gets caught out in the open at long. It's going to be Estag that replies. Has to do something right here. Has to make a stand. Gets himself 2. Floppy comes onto the scene as well. 2-on-2 with 20 seconds left on the clock. Here comes the battle, and it goes the way of Cloud9.
You know, this is again like same. We see the same theme repeating itself, right? Like 3v2 again, and Cloud9 players are just like running out, trying to get the quick trade, and they manage to do that every single time. You know, Movistar players are still maybe talking, communicating. Oh, let's plan, do this, do that. Like, let's first make sure we are set, right? Like we are in a good position to hold this, to cover the planter, right? So a couple of rounds we've seen already where that they didn't do a good job of that.
So, Yanker, I just wanted to, kick this back your way for a second about, the right time to use timeout to kind of slow down the momentum another team might be gaining.
Yeah, I think it's very similar to basketball in my mind. Like, you mostly use timeouts to break your opponent's momentum. If they're doing really good, if they're getting really hot, like you want to take a timeout for them to cool off a little bit, especially if you lose a round you're not supposed to, quote unquote, right? Like if you lose a 3v1, 4v1, something like that, you want to take a timeout to kind of limit the momentum. As we see, Moppo's actually out of Monster. We want to talk about some stuff, Trace, and Moppo just turns around on his head. He got that hero AK, went out of Monster, got 2 kills. Now a 4v2 situation, 3v2 for Movistar Riders. Surely they cannot throw this one away, Trace.
Surely not. But never say never, Yanko. Alex.
That's a save, and he's not even going to get the save because
they've already closed their claws on him, man. That's not where you really want to be.
He didn't look left. Oh no.
What could go wrong?
Oh no.
What's gonna happen, Yanko?
Oh no, 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 no. Oh no, he's not really okay. I thought he was just gonna follow him and maybe go for the defuse or something crazy like that, but
I mean, crazier things
he's going
happen.
for it, alright. He has a smoke and a kit.
Yeah, what's he gonna do?
I've seen crazier things happen, Trace.
Yeah, Alex jumping down from the heavens now, really pressing his luck. He has an idea that he's gonna be fighting a player. Graffiti and it's Steel that comes out, grabs the kill.
This is the beauty of CS, Trace. Like, you talk about stuff like people mismanaging something, strategically making mistakes, and then you have a guy who just said, screw it, I'm gonna buy an AK in this round, I have a bit more money, go out Monster, get 2 kills, win you the round, and now look at Cloud9's money. From what I could see before this, I think they took a timeout. It was pretty much in shambles, Whether they decide to force or eco, like it's not going to be great for them either way. Looks like they are just going to go for the full eco, and it would have to be, well, depending on. All right.
Yeah, well, I mean,
scratch that. It's going to be a buy, of course.
I was going to say, what is your response?
And, look at this, like, right? It's a really bad buy here. Not a bad idea for Movistar. Like, they've been playing slow all the time. A monster rush here would be a good call to change the pace, because there's not a lot of utility, incendiaries or anything like that on Cloud9, and they don't have good weapons either. And that's what I was talking about. Movistar wins this round, then it's a full equal. It's like 9-5, right? And it's way better than it looked like at 8-2.
It's not ideal. Either way, you play the hand you've been dealt, right? S-tag, taking a shot there, quick. Lands it onto Steel, not enough to get the kill. Here's Mezzy, peeking from long. Finishes Steel. And this suspenseful music does add to the ambiance. I'll give it that. Mopaz holding down the push over here on the B side. Look at that. Get him a third. Floppy just straight eat some lead.
Let you see, though, like he learned from his mistake in that previous round they lost. Now he was playing further back, right? against, you know, what he knew was going to be either an eco or just a very weak buy. If it was going to be a buy, he gets 3 kills. That's all it takes sometimes between, oh, it's gone terribly wrong, or hey, I just won us the round by doing this.
Surely Shox heard the scope there, but maybe not. Somehow Estag
doesn't seem to be too good at this trades.
He slips.
You know, I've seen this movie before.
God. Oh, there you go. Estag gets a shot off. It's not going to be enough. Not in the slightest. So 9-4. We start to get to the end of the half, and maybe just the last time they have us commentate anything.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Get right.
That would be sad.
Bueller.
Yes, I think you're doing so great.
Bueller. It's almost like I've done this before. Well, I guess I have. Shout out one time to Harry and Hugo. Who
you just have a better supporting cast this time around.
Well, I mean, those other guys aren't too bad, you know. I mean, we did get stomped on a matchmake last night together, but what do you expect? 9-4. Big presence and connector from Cloud9. They're going to get Molotov'd off, so that idea is already in the bin. They're just going to hold their ground for what they've got. Maybe Shox will give them up a kill here. Or they're not going to expect all of these players, at least. Tying off the corners, doesn't get the low corner, starts to freak out, a panic spray. And he falls. Zeppa and Alex as well. Still around, going in the favor of Movistar Riders so far. They're going to have to divert their attention. They've got beast control here. Smooya is going to be able to get this bomb planted. Estag and company already boosting up at the sandbags. Alex is aware, stops Floppy. And that idea is kaput.
That's all right. Ain't that bad.
Could be worse, right, Chris?
Yeah, of course. I mean, like me, not being here and talking for the last couple of rounds.
Man, you've done great.
Yeah, I know.
It's all right. I was just stealing all your ideas anyway and
true.
using them as mine.
Yeah, I know. I had my, you know, paper, my iPad, all the things here prepared for this game. And you're like, oh, I'll take those. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Well,
yeah, I found your notebook.
We call those a diary. Movistar Riders up to 5. Last round of the first half here in this best of 3.
Oh, that time. Couldn't save the gun, but he got 2 kills, so that's better than nothing. Needed that for at least some extra nades. Maybe he drops up. Who knows?
The problem sometimes with full forcing when you reset is look at this gun round now for Cloud9 as well. Like only 1 incendiary on Mezzi, no op, no one has a head armor, and you can't get spammed, especially towards the B bomb site, right? So something that we used to practice in FaZe, which was Nico's idea, when you get full reset with 1400 money bonus, you would actually leave 500 when you're buying. So in this round now, you could have an op, you could have like some extra nades.
That's why I'm not really... I think Fred was teaching me that a couple of years ago when he was like, you know, every time you're buying a pistol, don't ever buy armor or anything. Like, to just save that extra cash of money so you can have for utility or even drop an op.
Yeah, because it really limits your options in the
following rounds. Yeah. So here we have it, 5-on-5 in the last round of this first half. It's going to be Alex and Mezzi looking on in here in the bathrooms. Here comes the swing. Smooya finds the reply on a Mezzi, but Alex keeps his even numbers. Shox making some aggression towards this A site, but it's not gone his way. S-Tag comes out, and Smooya picks up where he left off. Walking through a smoke, Alex gets absolutely punished over on the Cloud9 side. Lo and behold, we get asked to cast a game with 2 Alexes in it. Go figure.
You have the British Alex and the Spanish Alex. Which one is the better one?
Well, if this matchup is anything, it determines that. That's what we know for sure. Movistar Riders, still not a foot in the front door of this bomb site. Smooya just trying to collect himself over here with Alex and open a doorway. Slow, smooth, and smooth is fast. Time slowly dwindling away from their side. Now Floppy looking onward. He's aware. He's ready for this. Come on, Smooya. Peek on out there, buddy. You know you want it. And he got it. So, eat my own words.
They shouldn't expect S-Tag here as well.
Yeah, there's no way. S-Tag just lying in wait. He's going to find Smooya unsuspecting. The bomb has stopped. It has been dropped. And now, for what will be the culmination of this round, Alex has a lot of work to do. He'd have to find these 2 frags within the next 2 seconds, and it's simply not going to happen. No plant and no chance in hell for him. It's going to be a 10-5 first half. We're going to go to a quick break, and Harry and Hugo, hopefully picking up where we left off.
Picking up scars and I hold them close. They shot me down, but I got this fight. Shine a light on me when my heart goes dark. Cause I'm never to face now. I'm in the flames of an angel.
news, and with the tech problems put to the wayside, we'd like to thank Trace, Yanko, and Chris for filling the void here in the first half of Cloud9 versus Movistar Riders. We're back, Harry, though. We are very tall, we're in our very large studio, a very small studio, I guess, and we're here to get it going.
Man, I can't wait. I can't wait. I just had to sit a whole half out and listen to other people cast the game. I'm so excited, man. So look, we got this little Cloud9 Movistar Riders on the go. Currently, Cloud9 in a pretty dominant lead. And thus far, Movistar Riders, they've been looking a little scared. They've been looking a little worried. Oh, and that's quite the opening there. Coming through to kickstart this pistol round. It's going to be Shox opening things up with his USP. And, well, the response is slow in for Cloud9, right? Still trickling out through mid. It's that kind of infamous call of whoever is the best spawn, take the mid peak, get the info, and then getting away with the kill is a real bonus here for Movistar Riders. They're now left in a 5-on-4 out of the gate and still with a very, very heavy B presence here. Down towards that lower bomb site.
Yeah, that might be the right read as well. Zeppa's already bringing the bomb back in through spawn, and there's a good bit of utility here for Cloud9 to run whatever kind of execute they want. Alex, while he may be gone from the round, can at least lead from behind. Got S-Tag up on A long. He's got no nades to fake this out, though, so he's going to be coming in on a late flank, right? Cloud9, 60 seconds on the clock, starting to group up outside of B. Still 4 lower for Movistar, and that is not going to make things easy.
Yeah, this is the benefit, right, of running that solo A-hold early on, and Shox still hasn't seen anyone else from over here at the upper site. So Movistar Riders, they're positioned well to deal with this. Now, Shox has just missed that timing onto S-Tag, and there is a world where S-Tag can be used to wrap round and hit this B bomb site from heaven if he wins this fight. Is it just a fake? Now they turn away, they go up through the connector. Shox realizes there's a player out through long, and he wins that fight. He had to win it. Oh, and it's another. He's on to a third. Still alive here, back inside of A, behind the dice box, and it's a roll of the dice for Shox. Comes up clutch, and Movistar Riders, they lock in that pistol.
That was a really nice idea for Cloud9, especially considering they start that entire round 4-on-5. But I love the call, right? Like, they keep the 4B set up there for so long. S-Tag hits a perfect timing on the long tuck, and it's just unfortunate that as all the nades come in, a lot of teams or a lot of players will panic and just, you know, call the rotate Shox, throw him down towards B, but he goes for that one last-second long spot, and he gets the info that, wait, why is there a long player on a B take? It's got to be a fake, and that's exactly what happens. So Smooya comes up in time, but yeah, Shox is the guy to talk about with 4 kills in the round. Cloud9 nade stack outside of the B site. No one boosted, but if someone goes for a jump, they can get caught on an off timing. Nade's going to miss. It's a graffiti play instead. And Cloud9 at this point, they've just got to commit. They've just got to overrun this B bomb site. Flashes are good, but the AUG is posted passive, and Shox can pick up kills on the short crossing players. There's no way that Cloud9 are going to be able to get a bomb plant here. Movistar Riders not even really playing in the site, just playing the range with Mopos having a smoke cover. He's got plenty of room to move. Alex does die to the tech, but no way Cloud9 can complicate this too much more.
Yeah, this should be nice and easy, right? Oh, S-Tag is trying to sneak away, mate, but they're chasing you down. So there's the conversion, and it's nice, it's clean, it's exactly what you'd want, and as a result of that force buy, right, there's a good chance now that Movistar Riders can really start to close this gap, make things a little more threatening to Cloud9. Over in their CT side, Movistar Riders, they were pretty scared, you know, like frequently they'd be pushing into sites, they'd be clearing angles, like really kind of slowing them down, very, very paranoid of where Cloud9 could be. We saw a few rounds as well where they just ran out of time because they tried to play it so slow that they eventually came back to haunt them. Whereas with this CT side, you know, it's still early days, but we're seeing a return to being more confident here. Steel even getting aggressive over here in middle. Now he is in for a bit of a rough time. The Glocks and PT-50s just whittle him down. Should still get cleaned up by Big Smoot. And indeed it will. Just S-Tag left, and only a matter of time, it feels. All right, S-Tag.
The nade blew the M4 away, so S-Tag doesn't actually have it. Like, that was dropped in prime position for him to pick it up once Steel died, but Smooya's nade at least has denied that. Hasn't denied a second kill, but surely no way a third is on the docket here for S-Tag. They've got the bomb. They've got him trapped. surrounded, in fact. Shox with the long side, and even Moppos coming up through the playground. And yeah, it's only a matter of time. Movistar Riders up to 8 and already doing a good job early. They knew Cloud9 were going to force into that second, as Yanko was saying. It's something as Garai was saying, it's something that Alex has always liked to do. He loves a bit of a force buy. We saw that in the CT side as well on some, $2,200 CT rounds. They would just force when, maybe you can make the argument that you should just be full ecoing that. And so, already Cloud9, no bomb plant in the pistol, but a force that goes nowhere, an eco that gets only a couple of kills, and now they're coming in with a big gun. So Movistar Riders, they've built the foundations of this CT side, but this is where things get difficult. AWP on Smooya, fan of that. He's posted up on the A long side, but Cloud9 yet to field one on their T side.
Yeah, Smooya's bringing that early bird AWP out to the party, right? There won't be one for Cloud9, and there won't be one for a little while if victories don't start coming their way. So what's Smooya going to do while he remains pretty much uncontested in these long-range fights? He's set up over here towards long, hoping that he's given a peek. Cloud9 are here, kind of knocking around in top mid, seeing if they can spot anyone here for Movistar Riders.
It can be so hard to flash that AWP off that position, though, over on A long, right? If you're lobbing deep flashes, then you've got to be careful of positions like tree, positions like rock, close positions that the flash will avoid. So this smoke play is interesting. Steel waiting on the fade. He does get one, but traded immediately. And now Smooya knows with them in the toilets, he has to back up. He can't stay here for too much longer.
He does have Alex joining him, and Smooya can act as that, instant stopper if Cloud9 were to try and pick up the pace in towards A. Trying his luck with the wall bang. I always get a little bit nervous, right? These toilets aren't invincible. Alex is playing close to the divider smoke, but that is a big trade from Floppy. Deals with him through it, and that's opened up a 3-on-3, still applying this pressure to Movistar Riders. And they even pull a second man. Oh, they're fully rotating. Cloud9, they've set this up hook, line, and sinker, right? And Movistar Riders have fallen for it every step of the way. They get the kill on Floppy, who's selling the fake, who's selling the lurk. So at least they've got a 3-on-2 available. But Cloud9 do have that bomb down, and they're looking to play around it. Alex out of the round from Smooya, though, and it falls to Mezzi. Not going to happen today. The rotations come through quickly. And losing Floppy over at that A bomb site without getting anything done. If he gets away with the kill there, I think he's set Cloud9 up for a winner. In fact, he runs in up against that AWP on Smooya, gets cut down, does leave those two players for C9 in a bit of a pinch down in the lower site.
You're in a spot where you really you feel the need to take a fight, right? Alex just goes straight for the heaven pick. He tries to get a kill to even the odds, to make it a little bit nicer, but on the edge of the smoke, Smooya catches him. And that's going to be another round for Movistar Riders. Winning a rifle round like that as well early in the half, we saw the effect that could have, right? Cloud9 were 6-0 up on the CT side of this map to begin. Obviously, with a lot of damage done by Movistar Riders that was eventually capitalized on to give them a decent half. 5 rounds, it was fine. But now we're seeing similar stuff from this current CT side. 4 in a row, and the guns are back out for Cloud9. Buying off of the plant, nothing wrong with that. Will limit them on the util, though.
Okay, back to this slow creeping mid default. They're hoping they can kind of, isolate one of these players, start to make them feel a bit uncomfortable and change how Movistar Riders are approaching this mid area. Once again, we've got a decent bit over here in toilets for this CT side. It's Smooya and Steel fighting back to back. Smooya here to try and draw the attention in, right? It's a bait and switch setup. Smooya is that point man to get them interested. They flash him off, and now he needs to make contact. They know about Steel. That flash kind of dismantles the bait and switch. Smooya never gets seen, and instead it's the gun barrel of Steel. He's the man caught out. It is still kept even thanks to that AWP. And even though Cloud9 are once again gearing up over towards this A site with utility, with numbers early, that bomb is all the way back over towards T-ramp. So decided yet where this one's looking, and went up. There's Alex beating Alex. Ooh, that's weird.
Yeah, you don't get that every day, right?
Flash of the Alexes. Where's that Spider-Man meme?
Yeah, well, he wins another head-to-head, but this is no surprise. Movistar Riders have read the rotate. They've put 2 down lower, dropping into the pit. Shox so blind. Moppos does get a spray off, but he's being pinched from both sides, leaving the AWP alive in a 1-on-3. Smooya can't stop the plant, but he can kill the player escaping short. not being given the option. The flash is really good, and that might just force Smooya's hand to save. Won't even take a daring peek out heaven on his way out. He just wants to get the orb into that follow-up round. Now, the money is okay for Movie Star Riders. They can afford to buy with this saved AWP. So, sadly, the right call to make, but not the fun call to make, as Cloud9 pick up an 11th, first on this T side. And a nice little drop into that B bomb site as well after Alex gets, as you said, very deep up A, gets the pick, and just evaporates. I mean, that's been Cloud9's game plan, you know, all along T-side, from what we've seen right from the get-go, from the pistol. They were throwing in fakes with a heavy util setup on B and then running up the connector. So already Cloud9 liking to play with their food, liking to get in the heads of Movie Star Riders. Let's see if they can keep it up. Smooya's having a great game alongside Mopoz. Definitely two of the names you can expect to be big fraggers inside of this team.
I just think it's so interesting, you know, this Smooya addition into Movistar Riders, man. Yeah. Like, if you told me a few years ago there's a world where Smooya's getting IGL by Steel like that, it just doesn't sound believable. But here it is. Little tack pause called in. You know, it's a really, really good CT side start, winning the pistol, winning the anti-force buy in the second, followed by the anti-eco, taking the first rifle. You know, things were looking up, but then that little fast play from Cloud9. Coming back with a burn. Still no AWP bought to the table. Just these rifles out. Smooya does have his, as mentioned, saved forward. Looking to be a threat with it. And this time he's looking to take a more aggressive line over through middle.
Oh no, no one's boosting there. I like the attempt, but that's for the top of the slide. Instead, it's Cloud9 sliding down low, coming through the blue tunnels, and Steel's waiting on the stairwell. Again, not far from Smooya, as he often has been, but the timing is not good. He's going to move out. They hear the nades go off as well. They know he's close, but they won't capitalize. Smooya waiting for that mid-pick. There's no flash currently, and he gets caught from connector. Oh dear, the position that Steel had just left, Smooya not considering it. Now this FAMAS needs to do something, but instead just spray through the smoke. And if you get 2 kills like this, you may as well commit. A third will surely sell that one for Cloud9, and they're just going to kill everyone. Forget the bomb plant. It's all about frags, and Mopoz won't be finding any in this round. It's all about saving.
Yeah, Movistar, they keep putting a lot of faith in that divider smoke, you know, and every single time it's come back to punish them, they keep getting spammed through it whenever they try to play that position, and it's no different in that round there. And from that point on in, it was like a domino effect, right? You kind of saw what happened. Smooya dies in mid. Well, then the response was Steel tries to get set up over at short, buy a little bit of time for the rotations. Well, he dies right away. Alex gets into the site, but doesn't really have a lot of time to get set up. He's gone as well. And it was just, you know, one after the other. It just collapses for this CT side.
Yeah, maybe even a bit of a miscom between Smooya and Steel as well, right? Like, just the fact Smooya had the right idea. He's holding mid as a player just about to come around the corner, but Cloud9 have crept the entire way through blue, and so that's never in the minds of Movie Star Riders. Steel hits a very unfortunate timing and gets his teammate killed. So 12-9, and Cloud9 looking to edge this one over the line on their opponent's map pick. Remember, elimination here on day one of Katowice. It is the play-in. 8 teams looking forward to going to the main event. Well, one of these 2 teams will be going nowhere. But at least it's a best of 3 to get there. We opened the day with BO1s, Harry. I feel like it's been so long since we've actually seen best of 1s. Kind of a nice change. For Movie Star, they lost to Big, Smooth's former team. For Cloud9, it was Spirit. Oh, the one rifle gets smoke spammed. That's so sad. Mopoz tries to play the monster smoke, and, well, he's gone already. So any chance of winning this round or even making it interesting is pretty much out the window. 3rd player on the long toilet. Surely Cloud9 aren't ready for that.
I think at this point, right, you've removed so many players from this long area. You're anticipating that, like, you know, they didn't just half-ass the stack. They went hard with it, and that is the right read. Floppy's in B as well. This round's a lock-in, and yeah, they're very aware that Smooya's likely here. Does get his hands on the AK, but with no armor to go behind it and already being tagged, on top of getting surrounded. I'm really stacking the odds against him here. Right? It's not sounding great for old Smoo, is it? Alex is going to cancel him out. So 13 now for Cloud9. And this is where things were always going to be worrying for Movistar Riders. They came into this second half being pretty far behind, and they started to take a couple of the right steps in the right direction. But all it was ever going to take was the money getting broken, having to play one of these eco rounds, and, you know, suddenly you can feel that this map getting taken away from you again. So they come in with this investment, but this really is it for Movistar. You know, if they don't pick this up here and now, we go 14 to Cloud9, and then you're staring down the barrel of what, a forced buy or a partial investment, depending on if you want to try and play for OT. Shox, can he hold down short? He does get out of there. He lives to tell the tale. And so he's claimed that early advantage for this CT side. And Cloud9, while they get the short control they were after, it has come at quite the price. And go into what you were hoping was going to be an empty B bomb site. But instead, that short player actually gets wrapped onto, I think it was by Shox. He picks up that kill, and then suddenly the bomb's trying to come back up through Con, and that's when Smooya drops it. So that short player actually gets good stuff from Movistar, and a little bit unfortunate for Cloud9. It was a clear game plan. Suddenly the bomb's trying just the kills they